So let it be clear that Igbo people are united. We want this restructuring more than any other person, any other group, because we want this restructuring. We want to start rebuilding Igbo land. Igbo land is not yet rebuilt. We, Igbo people, we are in tears and suffering in the midst of plenty.
The Igbos are not asking for anything new. We are basing our game on the Azigboro map. When Azigboro asked for a Niger Delta Republic, he had a map with it.
We make it clear that we do not hold any Igbo man, whether Ikwere or Eche or Boni or Opobo or anybody, accountable or responsible or guilty for the abandoned property. We have forgotten that. No Igbo man was involved in that.
That map, we've allowed it to stay where it is, and we are now taking our own right there, right from Obako down to Azumini to the estuaries of Opopo. That's all we ask.
And we tell again that the Igbo nation, we are not here to pretend. We support the Hausa nation to regain their paramountcy in Hausa land. We want, and not in a parallel situation in which there is a federal government and there is a Fulani Caliphate running parallel side by side in Nigeria. If other Nigerians will not say this, the Igbo are saying it, that we want a single government. We don't want any parallel government in Nigeria. The Igbo are supportive of the middle belt. The killing should come to an end. People expelled from their communities. People expelled from their communities should be helped by the federal government to return to those communities. And we can't tolerate.
All right, viewers, if you really want to know what happened in that conference, that's the Restructuring of Nigeria conference in Abuja, stay with me. I will tell you exactly what happened there and what we are expecting. To start with, that conference is not organized by government. That's why you see some level of fairness and sincerity in it. Other ones, you know, before was organized by government. Government appoint people that they like. Imagine the people that government will appoint. This one is organized by civil society association. So it's not government thing. But I'm going to tell you guys so that all of us will know the difference between what we witness now and what happened before. But before we go into the differences between this current restructuring assembly and the ones that they have before, all those confab, all those the ones organized by government, let me just drop this brief statement concerning the differences that came out in that conference between Ijaws and Igbo. If you have watched my video earlier, I have said it countless number of times that Ijaws are linked to Igbo. Because I myself, I understand what Ijaw people are saying. The video I did last about them, I understand some of the things that they are saying in their language. Even when we were small that time, if we are watching TV, we'll be hearing, all these languages from Delta. You will be receiving it from Delta, you'll be hearing his own language, you'll be, I would tell my parents, this thing sounds like Igbo. He said, yes, now they have link, languages in Delta in particular. So what I am saying is that we should use our tongue to count our teeth. This is some little opportunity given to Nigerians because everybody is tired now. They want peace. Everybody wants peace and how to solve Nigeria problem because the thing don't they touch everybody. Now the Ijaws and the Igbos, you better agree. Ab initio, I even expected that Ijaw and the Igbos will be in the same area because this is ethno-linguistic, affiliations. It has to do with ethno-linguistic affiliations. You see, so what that means is that any language that have similarity should be in the same area. What I expected you people to be talking about is how probably to do the heading, how to do the governance, probably depending on how it is divided within, because finally each region will divide their own places, a kind of areas or local government. You will, stipulate it and write it as part of constitution, how you are going to rotate governance. It will be a law, not unwritten law. Stuffs like this. That is what I expected, not this argument you people are doing. When I learned that you just say that all the coastal area from Badagry to Bakassi belongs to them. What kind of talk is that? Well, having said that, I promise that I'm going to say the differences between this current confab with the previous one before we go into other, what happened in that conference. Yes, going by the differences of this current conference and the previous ones, we talk about 2020, that's 2014 in particular, 2014 National Conference. Then the 2014 National Conference was government, convened. National process involves delegates from across Nigeria. Earlier conferences, similarity produced large volume of recommendations. Before, the ones they had before, there is a large volume of recommendations, of which none of them was implemented. But implementation became the major problem. Then the current, in fact, they did it purposefully so that thing would not be implemented. Well, that is by the way. Then the current Abuja conference is different because it is largely a civil society interest group driven initiative rather than a formal government national conference. Let me tell you, you see, what they want to do now is a bit better. At least it will make people to do. Not that it may not solve the complete problem, or because there is still federal power, federal might in terms of military and others. They will still be there, but at least some things will be limited. That is the point. So its organizers are trying to develop a concrete framework that can be taken to government and other institutions, just like you hear or have said before concerning supporting, as in reporting the documented blueprint to government so that they will act on it. Then another major difference is the ethnic linguistic regions. This is particularly significant. The 2026 conference is openly debating whether Nigeria's future federating unit should be based substantially on ethno-linguistic identities rather than simply retaining the existing 6 geopolitical zones of 36 state structure. Grouping people together that have similar languages. It may not be, as in if you have dialects, because people confuse dialects with languages. If you have similar dialects, you should be grouped together. That is what they are saying. But let's continue. The Igbo delegates, for example, reportedly argued for indigenous ethno-linguistic region, which is correct, and objected to arrangement that would permanently divide Igbo communities among different regions. In fact, the video I will show you will hear what the man said. They are not talking about far indigenous Igbo people. Those ones are far, but the main Ndigbo, which is the former Biafra area, that's Biafra area where Igbos are core, is what they are talking about. Okay? Then there was also disagreement over the proposed communique. The two disagreements. Yes, but let's see how it goes. And there is an unusual strong focus on an existing provisions. One of the more controversial issues reported from the conference was an exit clause. Exit clause. If you know, do you again, you can find your way. So it's important to, they should include it. I don't do again. Husband and wife, they do divorce if they didn't no work again. But they should plan everything well. So that people will not be rubbing shoulders with others. Let people be free and live their life. Okay? Then, in the proposed article of a federation, essentially provisions under which a federating region could potentially withdraw from the federation, subject to stipulated condition, that goes considerably further than the usual call simply for devolution of powers. So, in a nutshell, the difference, particularly the former one, was, okay, let's talk, we need to talk, then they gather together and be talking. But this one brought out initiative on how to solve the problem. That is the major difference and other things I've told you. Now, let's go into the proper discussion.
Everybody. Hello? Welcome everybody. The Igbo nation is very happy with this conference, and we are making our position very clear. But before we move on, the Igbo nation has a leadership. That leadership has given us a message today. Can I call upon Honorable Barrister Emeka Mekesi to deliver the goodwill message from the Ohanaeze President General, who is an Igbo man from Port Harcourt. He has given us a goodwill message. Please, Honorable Barrister, read the message.
Greetings to everyone that is in attendance here. This is a goodwill message from Senator John Azuta Mbata, the Ohanaeze Ndigbo President General. Protocols. The Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Ambassador Dr. Yemi Farumbi, distinguished members of the Board, delegates from across Nigeria's federating regions, respected leaders, ladies and gentlemen, I bring you warm fraternal greetings from Ohanaeze Ndigbo and Igbo land worldwide. On behalf of Ndigbo, I commend the Citizens' Rebirth and Awareness Initiative convening this concerned Citizens Assembly on the restructuring of Nigeria. The timing is apt. The theme you have chosen, the future constitutional and governance architecture of Nigeria, touches the very foundation of our nationhood. For too long, we have operated a system that concentrates power at the center, stifles initiative at the subnational level, and breeds distrust, insecurities, inequity, injustice. A federation where every region controls its resources, secures its people, and competes peacefully for development, while the center handles the defense, foreign affairs, and currency. The articles of federation you seek to deliberate on must therefore answer three critical questions. 1. How do we restructure power, devolve real authority and resources to the federating units? 2. How do we guarantee justice and equity, ensure no setback, ethnic nationality, no setback of ethnic nationality that feels marginalized or cheated? 3. How do we secure peace and prosperity by building institutions that are fair, accountable, and responsible and responsive to the people? Ohanaeze Ndigbo is committed to a united Nigeria, but that unity must be negotiated, not imposed. It must be built on this mutual respect and a clear contract among the federating units. I commend Siren for this bold initiative. I urge all delegates to approach these deliberations with patriotism, sincerity, and long-term view. Let us give birth to federation of for our children that will be proud of. Let us give birth to a federation that our children will be proud of. Bless this assembly. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I thank you, and God bless Senator John Austambata Ohanaeze, President General. Thank you very much. This is your own.
Yeah, microphone.
DNA in the world. The Igbo nation will constitute 60% of black Americans in the United States. The Igbo nation now is Igbo in the Caribbean. The Igbo nation extends to Sierra Leone, to have indigenous ethnic nationalities in Sierra Leone, in the Gambia, in Equatorial Guinea, and most of the countries of the Guinea region. There are Igbo people scattered all over Nigeria, indigenous Igbo people, from Zamfara to Boro to Kwara to other places. We don't want to go into Igalamela and how the Igbo have influence among our Yoruba brothers. They can know that in the Igbo suffixes and prefixes within our respected Yoruba nation. But we are here presenting a region that is Igbo homeland, from which place we have this spread.
Hello, please, let us have one meeting. The hall is too noisy. Please, everybody sit down.
Imagine, they like, thank you.
Please.
This Igbo nation is now numbering almost 400 million of the Igbo GNA in the world. These are the people we are representing. And we have the authority of the President General of the Ohanaeze Ndigbo. We've read his Goodwill message. Any other person, including Igbo land, is an impostor. Because the Igbo nation is firmly united. We announce again, we make it clear that we do not hold any Igbo man, whether Ikwere or Eche or Boni or Opobo or anybody, accountable or responsible or guilty for the abandoned property. We have forgotten that. No Igbo man was involved in that. So let it be clear that Igbo people are united. We want this restructuring more than any other person, any other group, because we want this restructuring. We want to start rebuilding Igbo land. Igbo land is not yet rebuilt. Igbo people We are in tears and suffering in the midst of plenty. And we tell again that the Igbo nation, we are not here to pretend. We support the Hausa nation to regain their paramountcy in Hausa land. We want the freedom we seek for ourselves. We also seek for the Hausa people have suffered enough in Nigeria. There can be no restructuring in which we restructure and leave our Hausa brothers continue to suffer in humanism and slavery. We are in sympathy with our Fulani friends. We are not against the Fulani, but we want to abolish the apartheid system called caliphate, so that the Hausa will breathe free, the Fulani will enjoy the fruits of democracy, and not in a parallel situation in which there is a federal government and there is a Fulani caliphate running parallel side by side in Nigeria. If other Nigerians will not say this, the Igbo are saying it, that we want a single government. We don't want any parallel government in Nigeria. The Igbo are supportive of the middle belt. The killing should come to an end. People expelled from their communities. People expelled from their communities should be helped by the federal government to return to those communities. And we can't tolerate any system in which the expellees, those who are not indigenous to a community, will now demand a referendum or plebiscite. You hold a gun, you expel somebody, you now demand referendum to get the benefits of your crime. The nation supports the Yoruba of aspiration to unite with the Kwara and the Okun Yoruba down to the coast. The Igbo nation will not support the killing of any Yoruba by any Nigerian. The nation fully supports the aspirations of the Ijaw people to regain a single Ijaw nation, provided the Ijaw people also know that they cannot create an artificial contiguity to block other people's access to the sea. It should be an Ijaw nation enjoying its own nation without blocking others. We support the aspirations of the Efik, Ibibio, the Aqua Cross to regain their freedom and exist as free Nigerians. The Igbo people are speaking. The Middle Belt people are speaking. We support all of them. We support the Kanuri people to regain their paramountcy within Kanuri land. We support all Nigerians. Wait for relative self-determination in Nigeria. Why should we be slaves to each other? The Igbo people are democratic, and the democracy we practice among ourselves, we want that same democracy to be extended to other people. We are representing various Igbo people here. This is a Diobu person representing Diobu. The Port Harcourt, they own Diobu. There's an Ikwere person there. Ikwere Meka. These are people representing various sections of the Ikwere of Ebe. As we yesterday, an Egyptian called this young beautiful man that the Igbo people left traces of Igbo-ness in Egypt. Am I right? Correct. That's right. So everybody is calling all around the world. They want to become Igbo. They need the Igbo. If Nigerians will want to develop, the day Nigerians want to fly, the Igbo are ready to be good Nigerians. Then there is a question I want to solve, to address. You've seen the maps we've given you. Somebody raised a question here that the Willink Commission, this thing, please, one house, please, one house. Somebody made a wrong statement here that the Willink Commission didn't solve the problem of Eastern minorities. I am telling you here that the Willink Commission has solved those problems. They have restructured Nigeria, shown the way to restructure Nigeria into regional situations. The only problem, see the two problems. Okay, see this map, please. The Igbo will tell you, the Igbo are serious. We've not come here to just simply play. See the problem. This This is the Willink report. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Nigerians, this is the Willink report. The authority, the British colonial power handed over to the world. This is in various world depositories. This is the authority on which Nigeria is standing today. In this Willink report, the Willink Commission was ready to create a region for the Ijaw. Was ready to create a region for these people, Southeast. But the Ijaw was asking for a cause. People were misleading the Ijaw. Excuse me, attention please. People were misleading our Ijaw brothers and other people, asking them to have a core state, Calabar, Ogoja, and River State, covering this place. But they were seeking an artificial contiguity that will block the Igbo access to the coast. That was the main. I will read it here. It's not that I'm talking theory. It's here. The Ijaw were promised a region. Okay, sorry. Sorry. The Ijaw were asked to have a region of their own. The Ijaw were asked to have a region of their own. The Calabar and Ogoja were asked to have a region of their own. But instead of accepting each one a region of its own, they were seeking a contiguity between themselves to Ijaw. In fact, the Ijaw were requesting a state extending to Lagos. We have a document here showing that the Ijaw were claiming to own Lagos. That the Yoruba are not coastal. We have that document. I can read it here. And then the Willink Commission told them that this is an Igbo land. So how can you have a coast state that blocks the access of other people to the coast? That was the main reason. I'll read from the Willink Commission. I'll read. Another reason why that region was not created at the time was because of viability. Oil had not come at that time. The Ijaw were still depending on the Igbo and the cross riverians.
Hello.
So,
presenter, you have spent 15 minutes.
What?
You have spent
Thank you.
15 minutes.
Thank you.
I will advise you to stay on course of your presentation. Thank you. Please, let's have some quiet in the house, please. One house, please. Thank you. Please carry on.
Now, let me read to you the second reason. These are on pages 47 and 51 of the Willink Commission report. Please, 47 and 51. Please, Emeka, come and read it for me. Come and read it for me. For this audience, the principle, see.
I've seen it that.
The people, they objected in the strongest terms to the formulation of the core state which satisfied none of the first three principles. What are the principles? See it? The third principle is the principle of geographical contiguity. The principle of geographical contiguity. The core state was, Ijaw was trying to breach the principle of contiguity. So the Willink Commission refused to create, to oblige that core state. Then, go to page 51. Go to page 51. Down, you see it again. But to sever themselves from the wealthier parts of the region is surely not the way to get the schools and floating dispensaries they want. The Willink Commission didn't want to expel the Ijaw into poverty because the Ijaw had no palm oil, they had no resources. So in sympathy, the Willink Commission refused to help to punish them into poverty. These two reasons. So nobody should come here and tell us that the Willink Commission did solve the problem. The issue today is the Willink Commission went further. The Willink Commission went further. I recommended a state for the Yoruba. See it, page 56. There are three elements of opposition to the NPC. Third is the Yoruba group in Ilorin and to some extent Kaba, who advocate the transfer of the area to the western region. Towards the west, there is attraction of the language and customs which they have in common, and the Willink Commission create a region for them. I say page 56 of this commission's report. It has recommended a state for the region for the Yoruba, then for the Igbo. See what the Willink Commission say, please. That map again to illustrate. Bring the map again. Bring the map. The Willink Commission said, the map again, please. Yes. Listen this. See, the Ogoni division. See, the Ogoni division is divided from the Brass and Digama divisions. Is divided from this division by a broad arm of the sea. By a broad arm of the sea, which runs up to Port Harcourt, and by a long stretch of Igbo territory, which culminates in this Igbo town. He said, which runs up to Port Harcourt, that this broad arm of the sea separates this from this. He recommended the creation of such an Igbo region. Then that is page what? Page 51. Then the Willink Commission went further for the African island and said on page 50, the great majority of the Igbos and Efik tribes of Calabar, Uyo, and Leket want a region of their own, create for them. They did so in the north, and so on and so forth. So nobody should blame the Willink Commission because the Willink Commission had already solved this problem. But Nigerian authorities, Nigerian government, because everybody will look around how it affects the other one negatively, refuse to abide by this recommendation. So the Igbo nation is now suggesting to Nigeria, is now urging Nigeria, if they are now tired of discrimination, corruption, hunger and poverty, and they want now to develop, should we implement
can I have your attention?
Willink Commission report?
Can I have your attention, please? Please stay on the podium. Let me say this. Please, let's have some silence in the house. The major part of your presentation is to present to us the entity, the territory you are introducing as Igbo region. You have not done that so far.
I've done that with the map. You didn't see the map.
No. You are saying, you have been telling us so far what it is not. We want to know what it is. So that people can then be able to ask questions.
Excuse me, that's right.
Okay.
Thank you for
please, because your time is going and you have done 20 minutes already.
You've reminded me of time 4 times. Now, listen, let me now read from here and not summarize what the Igbo nation is asking Nigerians very humbly and very respectfully to take a decision and do today. Let me read. Team Justice for All, Harmony Nationwide. Regions based on ethnic nationalities, that's number 1. Either a single ethnic nationality or groups of consenting ethnic nationalities to replace states, local government areas, 6 geopolitical zones, north, south, east, west, etc. paradigms, 5 coastal regions in the south and 5 riparian regions in the north are proposed by the Igbo with relevant maps for Nigeria. Number 2, that's general principles. Under general principles, military security organization to achieve security balance between regions, of which regional police is only one element. Number 3, I will remind you all that Willink Commission has already recommended regional police on page 91, I believe. Then number 3, resource ownership and control reversed to the regions, which will fund the center on agreed terms, replacing the current spoon feeding of states and their dependence on the center. Number 4, national ideology, ethos, a mixed private-public free enterprise secular economy and political system. Separating religion, can we have one house? Separating religion, oh no question in here.
House,
replacing the current.
one house, please. Can we pause a moment? Can you pause a moment? Just a minute. Can we pause a moment? Let's have one house, please.
One house.
Yes.
One house, please.
One house, one Nigeria. Thank you.
Now.
Okay, so please let's give him audience. Thank you.
Imagine.
Yes.
Now we have to specific issues. This one I will read it, and maybe I allow other members of my delegation to say something. Definition of ethnic nationality. We are telling Nigerians that this is not a conference of political parties. This is a conference of Nigeria's ethnic nationalities. It's not a conference of smugglers or people of mutual hatred or antagonism. We presented an Igbo position, united and led by the Ohanaeze and Ndigbo, down to the coast. Any disruption there, somebody, any group that purports to say anything, we challenge that group to show that it is an ethnic nationality, separate. So, definition of ethnic nationality, there has to be a definition of ethnic nationality to foreclose sponsored political groups infiltrating the conference in the guise of ethnic nationalities. You have definitions. Let me not talk too much and allow members of my delegation to say something. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. No problem. We thank you very much. As you've heard from my leader, we seek a Nigeria with regions based on something that mimics what we have seen the Yorubas do. It is a congruency that is based on a consistency of ethno-linguistic map. If it is good for the Yoruba, it's also good for other people. And they also do have what? An access to the sea. The Igbos are not asking for anything new. We are basing our game on the Azigboro map. When Azigboro asked for a Niger Delta Republic, he had a map with it. That map, we've allowed it to stay where it is, and we are now taking our own right there, right from Obako down to Azumini to the estuaries of Opopo. That's all we ask. We're not entering the Niger Delta. So the Niger Delta, the Ijaw should not ask to block the whole of River State, block the whole of the East. That is wrong. Let them stay where the Azigboro map stopped. That's all we say. We're not asking for more. We ask that before the Civil War, there was a Niger Delta Republic declared by Azigboro. The map he showed is what we ask that they hold on to. And the map we have from the Willink Commission is where we are asking. So let everybody has access to the sea. As the Yorubas do have a consistent ethno-linguistic map that is consistent with all the people that speak Yoruba, we also have this capacity. That's why the thing you've heard, the first opening address was the address by the Ohanaeze President General. He is of Ikwele, he's from Eneka, I'm from Diobo. I was born at 16 here to Hammer Street, mile 2 Diobo for Joto. And I've grown to stay so. So to ask me to deny my ancestral heritage simply for me to get acceptance, I refuse. I stand here today, I believe in Nigeria, and I believe all of us can live together. The Igbos can stay peacefully in Nigeria, as the Bagis can stay peacefully in Nigeria, as the Tangales can, as the Ijaw can, as the Yoruba can, as every other person can. There's a lot for us to stay. Let's not cut anyone away from having access to the sea. Let us compete based on the democratic norms that we've set about our democracy. I thank the organizers for bringing us together, but I also want you to know that this is just a preamble. These are beginning of talks. Let us talk to ourselves. This is beautiful. And I thank those that have initiated these talks. But of course, the talks are not an end to it themselves. They are a beginning. I came here, I didn't see the baggy, and I said, what? What about? And the leaders told me they will come. I didn't see the Tangale. I want to see everybody here. Let us keep talking like this. Let everybody talk to themselves, and let us create a Nigerian, like the Yoruba map have suggested, based on ethno-linguistic consistency. That congruency makes a lot of sense. If you've been able to arrange your ethno-congruency, allow us also to do. That's why you've seen us negotiate peace with other Igbos, and we now have an Ikwere man as President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo. We can do it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Okay.
The remaining 10 minutes is for the question and answer time.
Okay. No problem.
Yes. So the floor is now open for question. Yeah. During the answering of question, you could chip in whatever you wanted. Who has the mic?
It's working.
Please take the mic to the floor there.
Good afternoon, Nigerians. My name is Dr. Obo Wakara. I have just two questions. The first question is, the last speaker said he is from Diob. I would like to know who your ancestors are and when they arrived there. Two, I want the Igbo delegation to tell Nigerians how they arrived at the coast. I will not say much now. During the time of the rivers people, if the answers are not correct, we will tell Nigerians how Igbos came to the coast. They have never been there before. Thank you very much. Answer the questions, please.
Thank you. I think that's noted. Let's take more questions. They will bring the answers together. Yes? So no, you call the question. Just note them and
Thank you.
put the answers together. Yes.
Hello. One house, please.
One house, please.
One house, please. My question is very simple. The last speaker said, so the presenter said that when
Quiet, please.
he said the recommendation by Willink's commission, one of it was that they should create Cross River Akwa Ibom region for them. Is that right? Yes, he mentioned so.
Hold on, please. Is somebody noting this question?
Yes. Okay, my question is, why was it not created? Why was the one you said that Williams recommended should be created for the Akwa Ibom and Cross River people, why was it not created? That's number one question. Number two, why did the minorities in the East insisted that they should remove them from Igbo domination? Why? Because they insisted. For example, River State. When you made it impossible for them to have core states, the law came and said, we want River State. Am I lying? So my question is, why the demand for River State? Thank you.
Let's take 3 questions so that you don't lose track. One more question and then they will come up. Somebody on this side.
Hello.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead.
I have the mic.
Yeah, go ahead. Can you listen to the questions, please?
The last speaker, the last lecturer, was making reference to the Wilkins report. The Wilkins report, we were demanding for core state. We were demanding for core state. I don't know whether a lot of people here know. Core state was Calabar province, Ogoja province, and Rivers province. That was the proposal of the minorities to the Wilkins report. Why was it not granted? In a private discussion, I had there, I said that the treatment of the minorities in the eastern region was the cause of truncating of our journey to that federalism. It was also the basis by which the federal military government created southeastern states to landlock the Igbo region, probably as a military or war strategy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's all the questions we can take now, so that you have 5 minutes to respond to them. Take your place there, please.
Thank you. Listen to the answers. Nigerians are here. Did any federal government in Nigeria create core states? No federal government today has created any core state. They created southeastern state and they created river state, which is still a direct way of abiding by the Willink Commission. Then number two, I have made the Willink Commission made it absolutely clear that Diobu is not part of Ikwere, those who claim to be Ikwere. On page 43, the Diobu were complaining of Ikwere. Please, my chairman, hear me read that accusations were brought by the people of Diobu against those of Ikwere. You hear it? Accusations were brought by people of Diobu against those of Ikwere. So those people who purport to be Ikwere and try to absorb the Port Harcourt to Diobu are telling falsehood. So they are not part of anything called Ikwere. Diobu is an Igbo port city. They don't have anything to do with Ikwere, whatever.
Thank you. Somebody asked about my ancestry. I was born at number 16 Yedihama Street. My two Diobu, Zion Maternity. During the Civil War, the hostilities forced us to go find where our ancestors were from. I came to River State following the path of my great-grandfather, Akwato. Akwato is from Umuyem village in Unkwere. It is the next village to Umuchoko, Umokorofo, next to Umuduroha, where Jaja came from. He was arrested and kidnapped by slave raiders from the village of my father, Umunyem Unkwere. And he was sold into slavery. When he came back to Umuduroha, he came to Umunyem and also came to Umokorofo, Umuchoke, took people to go and find Opopo. That was how my great-grandfather, Akwato, went to Opopo, founded Opopo in 1832. Now, by the time we started settling in Diobu, I was born at the very time when my uncle, Francis Umelo Inyekwaba, was mayor of Port Harcourt. The road you call Francis Avenue today was actually named Francis Inyekwaba Road. My parents lived at number 60 Owerri Road, now renamed the Quere Road. It used to be the Shinobi Quarters. I still remember my childhood. I still remember who I am. I grew up going to Nanka waterside to get goat belly, to go and catch crabs on both the Nanka, the Aba waterside, the Emenike waterside, all that Ilabuchi. That's who I am. I am a Rivers man. Okay. I came to Rivers State before the creation of Rivers State. My parents were in Rivers State before the founding of Nigeria. My father founded it, and we are blood-flowing people that created it before the state was created. I am, as I talk to you today, 90% of my family are still there in Rivers State. Nobody has moved. Just the same way as the Ohabongas left Urumbiakani to go find out that they are.
You have 30 seconds.
That's the same way I'm born there. Thank you very much.
30 seconds. Thank you. Thank you. You can take your seat.
Yeah, go.
Okay. No, sorry, that's already too late. Well, I think we've had, yes, sorry, time is limited. We've had some good, will I call it, not arguments, some good discussion this afternoon. I'm sure you all agree with me that this may not necessarily be settled here and now. So we will leave it for a better time when these points can be marshaled out. And this is actually the beauty of this kind of gathering, that we can get points from all sides and then be able to resolve, and eventually whatever the outcome will be reflected in the report of this meeting. Thank you very much, and thank you for the Igbo group. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, our chairman and the delegates. Yeah. But so that it won't look like this thing, as the chairman put it.
All right, I don't want personally anything that will make these people not to agree on something reasonable in this conference. This is one of the good conferences that people brought out to their mind to bring out initiative on how to move this country forward. Except if you people are not tired of what is happening in Nigeria today. But I know that many people are tired because the kind of interest that they use in discussing this conference will tell you that we pass a lot of message. Well, like I said, let them go back to drawing board, like the Ijaws and the Igbos and, where they are having little difference, let them go and settle it. By now, they should be in the roundtable conference to sort out their internal issue. Yes, being that they are in the former Eastern region, I believe that they are brothers and sisters, so let them sort their problem out. Except if they are not tired of, hey, you see, this crude oil, this crude oil where they feed everybody, they go begin the fire them again. If you don't want to use your head to solve your problem, well, this is the opportunity to have it solved. But if you don't want to do that, okay, we could they spread them, maybe they share them, they go. Consign me, but to me, I will say my mind. That is it. Well, we are not done yet. Your contribution is vital to this discussion because you will not leave it for me alone. Let's go to the other section.